gonna be. Give it up, it's gonna be alright.
Hi everyone and Happy New Year! So this is my first video for 2019. I have been meaning to do more videos over the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I fell ill, then it was Christmas, then I went on a big holiday and I fell ill during that holiday. I came back and I'm still ill. So I'm a little bit tired, and this is much more of an off-script video than what I would originally be wanting to do. So I have got some more videos coming out before my facial feminization surgery, which is at the end of this month. But today, something kind of piqued my interest. Now, a lot of my followers are no doubt aware of the NUS Trans officer, Jess Bradley, who was suspended back in July of last year for allegedly flashing in public, taking photos of it and posting it online. Now, Bradley's suspension has been going on now for several months. My last video was around the 5-month mark. We're now approaching 6 months and the NUS is still silent on this. I spoke with them today and they refused to give a comment, and they said the investigation's still ongoing. Now, maybe new allegations have led to this being extended. Remember, Makeup and Morphine, a Twitter user who says that she has quite close links to Jess Bradley, posted some very damning allegations back in December. Maybe these are being taken into account, although really I would prefer it if the police were the ones looking into this rather than the NUS. But over the Christmas period, something interesting happened. Jess Bradley deleted their Twitter account. Now, that might sound fairly small, but you've got to remember that when Jess Bradley's suspension was first announced at the end of July, they did not delete their Twitter back then. They went silent for a week or two and then went back on as though nothing happened. NUS Trans deleted theirs for a few days before bringing it back, but Jess did not delete theirs. It's only now that this has happened. So that in itself is something which is very strange, and this would normally be a bit of a side note. I wouldn't make a whole video based on someone deleting their Twitter. But I did notice today on the NUS website that the NUS Trans campaign yesterday announced that their next conference is going to be held between the 30th and the 31st of January 2019. That's pretty soon, isn't it? In fact, it's only been 9 months since the last conference which they did. One which I covered in a video, one which was full of cringe and Antifa. Now, why are they doing it so soon? Could the potential cuts have anything to do with this? After all, if you're being able to show that the liberation campaigns are doing something, maybe that might protect them from the eventual austerity that NUS will need to implement in order to survive, as they're in very, very dire financial straits. So is that the cause? Or let's take another look at those dates. So we have the 30th and the 31st of January 2019, and that is just after the 6-month period that Bradley was suspended. Now, that's quite a coincidence, isn't it? I asked the NUS about this. They said no comment. But they did indicate that sometimes these conferences could be booked months in advance. Was this some sort of plan that they had all along? And I'm being serious when I ask this, because you can't fire Jess Bradley if somebody else is elected in their place. Bradders will get off completely scot-free. Now, I say that because after everything which has gone on, after the complete lack of action, after allegation after allegation, after doing nothing, after saying nothing to their own supporters, Bradders can't possibly stand for such a position now. That has to be unthinkable, even for the NUS Trans campaign. Even for the NUS liberation campaigns. At this point, that is ludicrous. And if they were to go ahead and re-elect Bradley, that would raise so many questions as to what it is that they are doing. Now, because of this, I doubt my previous prediction. There are more allegations mounting against Bradley. We got a complete withdrawal from public life, despite pushing to be in the public eye since around 2012, when Bradley appeared in a nudist documentary for Channel 4. There's also been removal of mentions of Bradders from new ventures, despite being the director of them, such as the Manchester Business Co-op. The website still says there are 3 directors, only shows pictures of 2 of them. And interestingly, at the NUS Trans campaign, there's going to be an accountability panel. Now, they've not really been very accountable, have they? Accountability isn't within the NUS's blood. So that could be interesting. And at that panel, maybe, just maybe, it all comes out. The end of an era. Maybe this is finally it. Now, I covered a lot of Jess Bradley over my time as a YouTuber in the last year, and I'm looking forward to taking on new topics that don't involve an alleged flasher from Manchester. And really, this change of scenery is something which I think is going to be great for my channel. I've got lots of videos planned coming up, including videos on my own political beliefs, my own ideas on trans rights, which I think I do need to put out there because there are people who are assuming that I am a lot more gender critical than I actually am. I have a facial feminization surgery guide coming up. I'm documenting everything which I'm going through. Please consider this a gift from me to the trans community. I've done a lot of bitching, but I want to be able to help people as well, and I hope that whatever information I'm able to give might be quite useful. I'm going to be doing more streams with special guests, some of whom have actually agreed to come on. I'm just going to hope that they're not thrown in jail before then. And there's going to be even more taking down of trans activists, because Jess Bradley is just the training level. There are bigger, fatter, spurgier trans activists out there, and I'm going in hard. But for now, all roads lead to Manchester, and come what may, the Bradley saga is coming to an end. The sword of Damocles is hanging over Bradley's head like an erect penis in a Manchester office. By January 31st, we'll have our answer. We will know Bradley's fate, and you can bet I'm covering it. There will be tears, there will be cringe, and I'm going to be doped up on tramadol. Bring it on.